Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stick around. My name is McKenzie and I'm going to be a sophomore fashion merchandising student at Kent State University in Kent, Ohio. And I am doing my back to school series this month and a little bit into July. So every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I will have new college content for you guys. If there's any suggestions that you have, be sure to leave them below because I will add them to the list. I will get to everyone, I promise. Today I am sharing 10 things. It's going to be more than 10. I'm sharing the top things that I brought to college and used every day, like my top college essentials for the dorm room. Not necessarily college in general, but dorm room essentials. So if you are a mom and you are watching this, or just a kid in general, a student in general, and you are looking for links to everything, I will have a link to a blog post, and in that blog post I will have links to all of the items that I had in my dorm room that I used every day. So everything I'm talking about I will leave linked so that you guys can shop through Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond, wherever I got it. So I hope these are as helpful as possible for you guys. Without further ado, let's hop right on it. So like I said, these are going to be dorm room essentials, but I'm not going to be going over the basic things like bedding. Obviously you need bedding. I'm talking about the 10 things that I brought and I constantly used and literally would not live without. So the number one thing that I loved was my Alexa. And I know that sounds kind of weird to some people, but I absolutely swear by my Alexa. I have the big Echo Show and I love it. I had it here for about a year and a half before I brought it to college. Emma and I left it on top of our Alex 9 drawers and it was the best. I will try to insert a picture of what the setup looked like here. But I loved having my Alexa. Not only was it great to listen to music with my roommates before we went out to a party, stuff like that, but we constantly were setting timers on it, alarms, reminders. I literally use my Alexa for everything. It's how I would set a timer to do my laundry, how I would wake up in the morning, so many things that you can do with it. And also the Wi-Fi on it is great. So the reason I actually got mine was Connor was a year older and we were doing long distance at the time, and so his parents got me one as a gift. That way we could talk in his dorm room because the connection was not strong enough for FaceTime. So you can FaceTime on an Alexa if you have one with the screen. So that is how we would call one another, and I call his family on that still. And so I know my sister, she uses the Alexa FaceTime to call her boyfriend as well. So it's really great for that too, to keep up with your family and friends and stuff. So I loved having one. I swear by mine. The second thing is a fan. So I was really debating on whether or not to bring some sort of fan, and I know some people get one that clips onto your side of your bed. Olivia and Lauren had one of those. I actually just had a little round pink one, and it was from TJ Maxx Marshalls, and I loved it. It was one of those cutesy retro-ish kind of fans, but I kept it on my, I wish I had clips of me showing all this stuff. I wish I was still at school so I could show you guys, but my bed was basically like this and my desk was right here. So I had the fan on top of my desk and I would leave it blowing on me throughout the night, and I loved it. At Kent, at least in Centennial A where I lived, you do have a thermostat and you control the temperature. You can put it as low as you want and it can get really cold in there, but I just am someone who likes having the fan and air blowing on me at night. So I loved having one. Number 3 is a vacuum. You literally, if you are living somewhere with carpet, or if you are going to Kent and you're living in Centennial, you need a vacuum. The little stick kind that costs $30 from Kohl's, that will work, but you need something. If you have carpet, your carpet gets disgusting. The amount of lint and stuff that gets trapped on it and all the hair and stuff, it just it builds up and the carpet gets so dirty. I would take carpet floor over tile any day. My sister had tile and it looked like she lived in a cafeteria. Mine looked like a hotel room, so I can't complain, but the floor gets really gross and you have spills, and I just really recommend having a vacuum. Most college dorms and their floor will have a vacuum, a communal vacuum, but only one person can have it at a time. You have to go through the RA to get one, and literally someone was always texting in our floor group chat and was like, can I borrow your vacuum? Can I borrow someone's vacuum? So get one, you will not regret it. Number 4 is a printer. I know a lot of people debate on this topic, and some people are don't get one, but I am here to tell you, get a printer. I was still a journalism student. My first semester I was fashion merch and journalism, so I was in a writing class where I literally had to write a 30-page paper, so I was always printing something, and I was someone who did not like to do my homework at the library. I preferred to do my homework in this little study lounge on our floor. store. It wasn't in my room, but I would do a majority of my homework there, come back to my room, print things. It was so convenient. Like, it's so annoying having to go to the library to print something. It's either a far walk, or it's raining, or your flash card isn't working, you can't get money onto it. Like, printing is such a pain in the butt in college, and it costs money. So just pay the $40, $50, whatever it is, to get a printer before you go to college. Like, I promise you will thank yourselves. My roommates used my printer a lot first semester, so much so that they decided to buy their own second semester because they were like, it's so worth it to have one. I bought the printer and Emma bought the ink, and that was like how we split it. The next thing is a Brita. So our fridges at Kent are a little bit bigger than your typical mini fridge, and Kent provided the mini fridge for you. We didn't have to buy it, but I still think a Brita, even if I had a smaller fridge and it took up like half of it, I think a Brita is so necessary. I am like a not water snob, but like I would not drink tap water, especially out of school. So we constantly were refilling our Brita. Like, Emma and I use the Brita like crazy. It is so worth it for filtered water, and that kind of goes along with my next one, which is ice cube trays. A lot of schools do not give you ice cube trays, and I'm someone who like likes ice in my water. I know this sounds like really weird stuff, but I wanted to give you guys the kind of things in this video that a lot of people don't think of, or are kind of controversial on what to bring. Like, I know a lot of people say don't bring a Brita. I say bring one. But ice cube trays were great. We had like those little blue silicone kind. The next one is extra extension cords. It's really hard to find outlets in your room, especially in the right spot, like in the place where you want an extension cord. So I recommend grabbing a few of them just from Costco, wherever you get that kind of stuff from, and having them. Even if you don't use them, that is one of those things where it's like good to have extra of. In my next video coming on Tuesday, I'm going to be talking about 10 things I brought to college that were really unnecessary that I never used, but a lot of people tell you to bring. And in that video will touch on a lot of like extras where I was like, I just didn't need extra of stuff, but an extension cord is something that I think it's like okay to have an extra one of. I know that we had one by our like Keurig in our refrigerator, and then we had another one underneath our beds. We had one by our desks. Like, we had them everywhere. The next one is an Ottoman, which probably sounds kind of strange to some of you, but at Kent I half lofted my bed, which meant that the bed was pretty high up. I'm only 5'2", and Emma is the same height, and so are Olivia and Lauren, so it's not that easy to get on and off your bed. You definitely need like a little Ottoman to step on. I would actually recommend getting like just a cheap one from Target. Mine was like 10 bucks, $15 from Target, and I love it because I got rid of it at the end of the year because it was like gross and I threw it away. But you want something that's cheaper because there's gonna be people that come into your room and just like leave their shoes on, hop on your bed, people that come over before going out, stuff like that. And it's gonna get dirty because people are gonna constantly be stepping on it. So buy one that's cheaper that you don't care about and you can just throw away at the end of the year. The next one I have is a husband pillow, and I actually didn't get my husband until the second semester, and I am a freelance video editor, videographer, whatever, for Dormco. So if you guys are ever buying something from them, chances are the video that goes along with it is probably me that's showing you guys the product. But I got sent this for like a review, like a video purpose, and I absolutely loved it. Like, once I got one, I used it all the time. I think it's great when you're sitting in bed. I am someone who did a lot of work in bed. I didn't do schoolwork in bed, but I obviously still have a blog and was working 20-30 hours a week. So I loved having my husband pillow. That way I could just sit in bed and still get work done. There's obviously not a lot of seating in your dorm, so you have to think about those kinds of things. And having a husband, while it's not the cutest pillow, was so worth it. Okay, so that was actually number 10, but I have a couple other that I'm gonna throw in here. The next one is like, not cheap bags, but like smushable bags. How do I describe it? A blue IKEA bag. This is what you need. So I know obviously not everyone's a blogger or YouTuber, has a lot of stuff like me, but we brought pretty much all of my stuff in blue zippered IKEA bags. IKEA doesn't only have like the blue bags with the blue handles that say IKEA on them, they also have bags that have like a little zipper. Like, it's literally an IKEA bag, but it closes, it zips shut. And this was how I moved a majority of my stuff to school. Not in boxes, not in random stuff. I just got these bags and I shoved them full of everything. When I come home from school, a lot of you guys ask, like, what do you do with all the mail when you get there? Or like, you have so many clothes that you're being sent at school, how do you get it all home? I would just shove the IKEA bags full. I would leave them under my bed. And then when it was time for me to come home, go home for fall break, winter break, whatever, I I would just stuff the car full of IKEA bags. They are great because they stack really, really well. You can put clothes in them, you can put like clocks, like little stuff like that. Like literally all my desk supplies were in an IKEA bag. They are great. I think they're like $5 for a zippered one. Get the kind with zippers. You need the kind with zippers. It makes all the difference. The next one is basic cleaning supplies. So I had our own private bathroom and someone came and cleaned it once a week. So we really didn't have to worry about the bathroom. However, our sink was in our room. And so we really had to like clean that area up ourselves. So I would recommend things like extra trash bags, which really isn't a cleaning supply, but like extra trash bags, Clorox wipes to wipe down that area, Windex because the mirrors got so dirty, like Windex, and a duster. Those are like random cleaning supplies that like we used, and like I said, the vacuum makes all the difference. We didn't do a ton of cleaning, and you don't need like toilet bowl cleaner, like you don't need those kind of stuff. You don't clean that often, but there were definitely times where Emma and I would do the dishes and we'd be like, okay, we need to like clean this place up a little bit. So having a few basic cleaning supplies is great, and you can just keep them underneath your sink. My last few things are more like decor kind of based, but I wanted to throw them in here. So my number one thing is curtains. Olivia and Lauren did not have curtains, and Emma and I did, and I think it made such a difference. It really brings the room together. It makes it look a bit roomier, homier, and it really makes it look like you're not living in a dorm room. You do have to buy like a tension rod most times. We got a tension rod from IKEA, and then I got like curtains from TJ Maxx that went all the way to the ground, and they were perfect. I think it just made the room look so much better. It really brought in the natural light as well. I would recommend, like, if you're someone who wants like blackout curtains to sleep better, if you like sleep in the middle of the day, that's fine. But we had white curtains because I have white curtains at home, and I love the way the natural light comes in the room, and I knew that I'd be filming in the room and stuff, and I was like, Emma, I want white curtains, and that's what we got, and it was so awesome. It made such a difference. My next one is a headboard. We both got headboards, and my gray one was from Dormify. I love it. Headboards are expensive. You can get them from Dormco, you can get them from IKEA, you can get like a headboard pretty much anywhere, and you can make them yourself as well. Mine was such high quality. I actually loved the one from Dormify. I will say it had like command hooks on the back, and you attached it to the wall, and it stuck all year long. And it also had like a little like USB place that I could plug my phone charger into. Again, it just made all the difference. It made the room really come together, and it made it look more like a home bedroom rather than just like a dorm room. So I think that made such a difference. And on the topic of command hooks, you need a bunch of command strips, especially if you're a girl and you're hanging up a bunch of stuff. I had a huge gallery wall along my wall, and so it was really important that we had things to hang them with. So we grabbed a lot of those command strips that are like the Velcro kind. I don't really know how to describe it. Hopefully I will have put pictures of this stuff along the side as I talk so you guys know what I'm talking about. But we went through so many of them. Emma and I used a bunch both for our gallery walls. We used them to hang up our headboards. We used it to hang up like hooks to hang our dish towels on near our like sink, to hang the clock, the whiteboard, like all that jazz. You need a bunch of them, and you're better safe than sorry, so grab a bunch of them. They usually go on sale at Costco around this time of year before back to school season hits, so grab them while you can. And yeah, that is it for all of my college dorm room essentials. If I think of anything else, I will try to leave it in the blog post so you guys can make sure to refer back to that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. If you have any other suggestions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss Tuesday's video. I am so excited to share the things I brought to college and literally never touched with you guys that you should not waste your money on. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you then. Bye guys.